We've talked about fracking many times before on the show. The technical name, of course, is hydraulic fracturing. This is the process by which oil and gas companies drill directly into shale rock, and then they pump a chemical stew into the ground. And what happens is that stew forces up the natural gas, which they then get, and then they sell it. So the problem with fracking is that the chemical stew you pump into the ground stays there. And then it leaks into nearby water supplies, and you can light your faucet on fire, as roughly a zillion YouTube videos have shown, and it poisons the water. No surprise. Well, this is so clearly and obviously a problem that, get this, even Botswana just banned it. Botswana has banned fracking. The government said that the 52,800 square kilometer Kalahari Park, which is the country's top wildlife park, will not accept fracking because it would poison the water supply for the indigenous people to that region. So now Botswana is joining a long list of countries, including France, Bulgaria, Romania, South Africa, the Czech Republic, Spain, the list goes on, of all the countries that have banned hydraulic fracturing. But in the US, at the federal level, it's legal. Not only that, it has a special status in law. It is exempt from the Clean Water and Clean Air Act, which is outrageous. That should, make everybody angry, no matter where you fall on the political spectrum. And of course, that was approved under the Bush-Cheney administration. It was called the Halliburton loophole, because Halliburton was involved in business deals that involved natural gas and fracking companies. And of course, Dick Cheney had worked for Halliburton, so he's helping out his buddies, even though it poisons the air and the water. And just to show you what we're dealing with here are just some of the chemicals that are pumped into the ground during hydraulic fracturing. Methanol, antifreeze, benzene, diesel fuel, lead, hydrogen fluoride, different types of rust removers, naphthalene, sulfuric acid, and formaldehyde. Do you want any of that stuff in your drinking water? Or your shower water as you sit there and it hits you and it trickles down your shoulders? Is that the type of stuff you want to touch your body? And keep in mind, these things, it's all packed full of corrosive acids, poisons, carcinogens. So in fact, there's about 750 chemicals used in the fracking stew, and 65% of them are unidentified. 65% of them, even the companies are like, oh, we don't know what's in it, whatever, just get the stuff out of the ground. I don't know. So there could be even worse things than the things I just named there. And also, I should mention, there was a study done by Columbia University. A fracking site in Youngstown, Ohio was looked at over an extended period of time. How many earthquakes do you think this area had throughout all of history? There was 0 earthquakes over there. Now, after the frack site was set up, there's been 167 of them since. So, in other words, as this study and others have shown, fracking also causes earthquakes. It turns out when you drill directly into shale rock, you're kind of upsetting the plate movement, and then that leads to tremors and earthquakes. So there's only about a bajillion problems with fracking, but since the United States is really a kleptocracy, it's government of, by, and for the rich and the multinational corporations, we're not doing anything to change it. And even Botswana has gotten ahead of us on this issue.